Now this next video is really neat in many ways. I mean, it shows you how, as a part-time job, you could start a website and could lead to a whole new career. That's one. Number two, it shows you how somebody has something in their mind that, excuse me, they really want to do and believe is important, like education. That's why this young lady believes in education so much. She's a English teacher at a community college and was maybe she should teach me speech. Taught high school or lower levels too in Colorado before she did this. So she believes in education. Now what she's done, in addition to teaching, is starting a website that helps people get money to help other people learn something. She feels like the object of education is getting knowledge to better yourself or others. So if you have a project, that you think that you could help others better their life through knowledge about something, like maybe how to start a garden or solve your financial problems or take a trip somewhere and learn something, or if you're a teacher yourself and you want to do something, that's what this website is for, to learn money, to learn how to get money to do these kinds of things. And what's nice about it, because it's a smaller size, some of these big conglomerate companies doing this, you get a lot of hand holding. So that's the problem, particularly if you're starting out with something. A site like this is important because they'll hold your hand and help you with publicity. How do you get publicity? Well, they have people there to help you figure out how to write a press release and find the people to maybe write up the press release, or how to organize your friends online and things like this. All the stuff that it doesn't occur to you till you really have to go out and do the work. That's another nice thing about using a small site is learning the system, and that's what it's all about, learning the system. So instead of doing your first project in the Super Bowl, you're playing a little football in a small league somewhere and learning how to do it so you could grow and grow your knowledge. But more importantly, I mean, the kinds of things that she thinks are important, she's taking her heart and her soul and doing something on the internet, which takes very little money for her to do, and then just takes that perseverance and knowledge of it, and keep trying to find other ways to grow her idea. I mean, on her site you could do she has somebody who's writing a book on playing with math. A whole bunch of people love math and they're trying to get other people interested in that, or people do documentaries, and things like this. So there's all kinds of ways to improve our society, and we need help in so many areas. Instead of yelling at the government and yelling at other people to do something, or even if it's right in your neighbor, here's a way to get money that for you to do it. You take charge and do something that you really think is important. So watch this video. Well, Jamie Wood of Insight Ed, right? And you're the English teacher who's going to change the world, aren't you?
That's the goal.
But it's wonderful. You start a crowdfunding site just for people involved with education projects, or individuals that want to, educate other people or get a better education somehow, or I mean, it just covers the gamut. I mean, besides a teacher who needs some activity, but it's really for individuals too, right? To help people. Yeah.
It is, absolutely. So we encourage anyone who is out to help better other people. We consider that education. So if you have a space in your neighborhood that could use a community garden, but nobody in your community knows how to make a community garden, but you're going to teach them. You just need to help raising the funds for that. We would.
Wow. So in other words, so I could be an old retired fart in my community here. Hey, I want to teach kids how to grow vegetables or whatever.
Exactly.
And I could go on your website and raise a couple $1,000 or whatever it takes to get whatever I need to do that. Or hey, I think kids should go or even grown-ups should really learn what the hell people do when they don't have money and whatever, and go and help them. And so that would be a project. So it's really projects that help other people. Kind of thing, and educate.
Because the biggest, to me, the most accurate definition of education is gaining the knowledge to better oneself. Consuming knowledge and understanding of the world to somehow go out and be the better person that you wouldn't be without that information. So whether that's helping people learn how to do their finances better, or
Wow.
education, research, any number of things.
So if I was, it's really, since what you're talking about, it's really like community projects, and so if I have a expertise like getting people out of consumer debt or something like that, that I could set up a project to help people for free, but I need some funds to do this thing, to help these people, right?
Absolutely. So for instance, right now we have a project going on the site that is called Playing with Math, and it's a book that some teachers put together with 30 authors talking about how they help kids play with math instead of repeating. So, some of them are teachers, some of them aren't, but all of them are math experts in one way or another. And they put together this amazing book, and so that's being crowdfunded on our site right now.
So if I'm a teacher and I can't get a book done, or anybody that I think is important to help people, books, this is a site for something like that too, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah. Documentaries, anything that you would consider educational, and also travel. We have a group that just went to Guatemala. We have another group that's traveling from New Orleans to Nebraska to an educational conference. All sorts of things.
But to me, what's special about you too is that you're small enough now. You really can help people. I mean, you just don't throw them on the website and figure it out or something like that. You're there to hold hands a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, just this morning, as a matter of fact, before our interview, I was helping a young man who contacted us through our Facebook page. He was asking some questions about how to get started, and I was helping him with that. And we've, my team and I have created a great collection of tutorials on our site.
I see. Wow.
So, if you don't want to contact us, you can learn on your own just by going to insighted.org. We've got, lots of information there, and you can always email us too.
Oh, wonderful. So it's, because it's probably a little more, than just putting up my video or filling out the website page for you guys and just collect the money, right? You got to do more than that.
It is. That's one step. But before you even start building that project page, you have to ask some important questions like, do I know anybody? Do I have a crowd interested in helping with this? And, there's this thing called starting with your core supporters. In other words, you want to have a crowd who is willing to support you in the first 24 to 72 hours so that they can build up what we call fill the tip jar, right? So they're filling the tip jar. So when other people come and look at the project, they say, oh, look, all these people have already supported this, and it makes it look more attractive to the larger community. We also teach people how to the site, how to create press releases, how to write appropriate emails to people. We have email templates, press release examples right there on the site that are really helpful.
So you have to have the desire, is all you're bringing, because you don't need money. You're coming to you for money, right? So you really need the desire, and the desire to learn the process that it takes. And it seems like that's what you guys do. That's
it. Yeah, we help people understand the process, and we also help people understand that, how to define their community and how to define their crowd. Because, this is called crowdfunding, so who the heck is that crowd? And, it starts with friends and family, but then it goes to, well, if you're crowdfunding for a summer camp or a sports team or a school, your crowd are the students and the parents who are part of that program. But also your crowd may be local restaurants, local local businesses who would like to sponsor what they're doing. They can become part of the crowd too, and that's why we use press releases, because a lot of times just getting in the news just enough or promoting your campaign that way helps.
Well, most of the projects are people are not only helping themselves, but they're helping others, so it's this giving forward. So it's really easy to ask, in my mind, if you're doing something for somebody else. If you say, oh, just give me a lot of money because I'm cool,
Right.
That's a tough sell. Nobody wants to give you money that way anyway. So what you're doing, the projects, that involve there is really helping the community. So people want to help their community. So you're giving a forum for people to explain to the rest of the community about neat things that are happening so that they can support, and then we decide what the good stuff is.
Yeah, exactly. And, there are so many ways, and people are so creative, and I feel like the problem sometimes happens when we're working within a strict system is
yes.
we have to wait to become a nonprofit, or we have to wait to be hired by the school, or we have to wait for this thing. But if you have a great idea and you have people who believe in you, you have students who you're ready to help, there's no reason that you have to wait for those things if people are willing to help.
Screw the county council, just do it.
Exactly.
You get enough people going to support you got the money to do it. You don't have to go for the political way to try to get the town leaders to say it's okay or whatever. Heck with them.
Exactly.
You get enough people. Well, that's wonderful, and you've been at this like over a year already. I mean, that's almost an old lady in crowdfunding.
I know, that's so true. Yeah, we started our first campaign April 24th, 2013, and it's funny because that project organizer just came back and finished his second campaign just about a week ago, and his first campaign was to start a self-directed learning community for teens here in Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
He raised over $9,500 in his first campaign and over $9,700 in his second campaign.
Wow! So it didn't go away.
He was coming back, and he's helping, I think he's got about half a dozen teens just from his first year, and he's growing, and he's looking for a new space. And he's
that's
doing great.
wonderful. Because of you, you're making it happen, you're making the community better, and enriching all those lives, because you're really an English teacher and want to make sure that people know how to get through that.
That's true. I am
Even if they don't listen to you in class, they're going to listen to you here, right?
Right. Now they're motivated to get the money, so they'll
Exactly, right. Well, thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you for being there, and thank you for sharing your enthusiasm about the world with the rest of us.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right, take care.